There's a lot of challenges you face on a canoe trip, from whitewater to treacherous portages, but nothing quite intimidates like the big open waters. The power that a big stretch of open water can conjure is not something to be taken lightly. It is hot out. Not a good day to be spending a lot of time on big water. Instant hot. Woo! Today we're going to be passing through the area where forest fires have been burning. It's probably been burning for the better part of a month and a half, as far as we know, on Montgomery Lake. The park told us to stay away from it, but we touched base with people in the outside world last night, and they said it's not much of a concern at this point from what they can see online. So we should be safe to pass through the area and hopefully see some of the new burn. It's been really interesting on this trip to see all the different generations of fires that have gone through this area. Kawnipi is one big lake. You could spend a long time just exploring this lake alone. It's got so many nooks and crannies. It's kind of like you got to keep track on the map of where you are because it would be easy to get lost on or disoriented. Super cool though. We're finally starting to work our way into the top end of Kawnipi. The forest fires may or may not be. That was such a long paddle. I feel like that was one of the longest stretch of paddling we've done in days. Little baby puppy hiding under a map case. We're just rolling around the corner and I'm pretty sure we see our first signs of the forest fire. Crazy to see the fresh fire. It's really interesting how it takes different paths through and leaves some trees and not takes others. After leaving the fresh burn zone, it was hard not to imagine what this section looked like when it was ablaze. Kind of looked like there was another rock here to dodge down near the bottom or something. I was like, not worth it. Oh, well, that was some fun for the trip. Probably about the worst rapids I would be willing to run in this canoe, especially out here in the middle of nowhere. Kind of looks like there's a ledge in it. I'm gonna walk over and take a peek. One of the repeat portages down. I think we only have one more or two more. Two more. Shelly was more of a paddle than I remember. Back on have a smoked portage. Portage where I smoked too much and almost smoked my head falling down the rock. I didn't really smoke too much, but almost smoked my head. I think the plan for today is to push over to McDougall, maybe Chatterton. We just don't remember there being any good sights on Chatterton, so we decided to take the 2 portages and go through McDougall, hoping maybe one of the sights on it's good. I didn't really want to repeat the portage around Split Rock. Not that it was bad, but just I'd rather not repeat sections we've already done if we can avoid it.
Yeah, but you can eat it now. Who's getting in the boat? Who's getting in first? It's going in the boat.
Portage.
Well, it was quite a rocky way up on this portage. Reminds me of one of the portages getting into Clear Lake in the wildlands. Just straight up and rocky and awkward and a little sketchy. But here we are in McDougall.
Let you get in and get situated so you can keep us from floating back into the crevice. In the crevice all about. Ah! Ugh. Holding my butt.
I thought you was thinking
I'm coming
the
on.
book.
Come on. Come on. In the boat.
You're grabbing Ryan's butt.
I was grabbing
Good girl.
Hey, sit down.
No, no. Yeah, you go sit. Lay down. It's not a 10-minute process. It's not slow motion.
What are you, the government? No, you just got the right form, right?
The most important thing for me is for you to get on shore without.
That was one of the shortest blasts of rain that we've ever had on a trip, I feel like. Came in like a wall at us. Today felt harder than it should have. Probably because these last couple days we've had. It's hard to believe we've been out here almost 10 days already. It's starting to fly by. I always find the first bit of a trip, the first like 3 days just putt by and they feel like they're lasting a lifetime. And then you get to a point in the trip where it just goes poof. And it's all over with. But we still have a lot to see. We're hoping the winds are favorable tomorrow on Sturgeon for us and we can cover some ground. Maybe camp on Sturgeon and then head up towards Oriana Lake. I'm super glad we planned this adventure. It was a lot of work, but man, this is an awesome trip. Good morning. It actually is a really good morning. It is absolutely beautiful out. Hardly any wind, and we don't have that many portages today. It's not a lot of paddling today until we get on to Sturgeon. Just a couple lakes to pass over, but it's gonna be a good day. Feeling good. We're gonna go straight back, love. You see a trail here? It could be to the left too. Another turtle
Another one?
in the water right there.
Wow. Okay.
Fuck! That's a rock.
Oh, that's a lot of paint.
That was a head-on collision. Poor boat. We're coming up on the third and final portage that we have to repeat on this trip, but it hasn't been so bad because we've been kind of scooting along a different spot than the way we came in, so it still seems like a new place even though we technically passed through here like 7 days ago or something like that. A few swans off in the horizon. Kind of weird to see swans in the backcountry. I feel like I never have. You just see them at park near my house. That's great. Like trying to go as long as I can without wet feet.
Man, it's been a busy day on this portage into Russell today. We've seen 3 or 4 groups so far. Looks like camps, but still busy considering we've barely seen anyone, let alone cross paths on the portage. Seems very popular for American camps.
No. Okay, here. She jumped in on my seat. I already tell we're going to be facing some harsh winds at points today, considering how much force the wind has behind it on this small section on Russell. Could be bad. Could be worse though. I don't know if they're mad at us or just checking us out. Oh, my butt. It was delayed butt hurting. Yeah, this one was a little bit hard to find, but thank God it actually existed. Not as bad as the one in the McDougall.
No.
Rough start.
I think we're starting to feel it after however many days we've been here. I've lost track. 9 or 10 days of constant moving. No breaks. Woohoo! Just as I thought this portage would never end, Ryan shouted that he sees water. It's a bit of a climb. An hour on Sturgeon until tomorrow.
That was one of the more brutal portages of the trip. Straight up to the top of a hill and then straight down. Well, we made it. Although Sturgeon looks rough. Whitecaps everywhere. Full day of headwinds on our first easy day of the trip. Second easy day of the trip. I don't know how far we're making it on this lake.
What?
Let's go. Oh, yeah, my foot slipped backwards and just bashed my ankle off a rock. Well, that was a brutal crossing as expected. Didn't seem so bad near the end, but at the start of it, it was rough. No, we got to tag team it.
We're gonna push our way and fight our way through it.
Lay down. Well, we must be past the changeover because all of a sudden we have tailwinds, which is nice. Where have these been my whole life? Well, we managed to get ourselves a little bit lost. Somehow we missed the Sturgeon Narrows when we were fighting the wind, and we thought we were having lunch on the side of the Sturgeon Narrows, and nope, we were 1 point over from it, so we ended up south in Huron Bay, so we got to paddle all the way back to where we had lunch. Oh, that was a big mistake. We're back on track, just past the spot we had lunch at. And unfortunately this way we do not have tailwinds. We have very hefty headwinds. Just in a section where we can kind of duck out of them for a second. We're heading right back into them. I like headwinds both ways. We get some rain at the pump. We've been managing to dodge most of the wind along the way on Sturgeon. We're pretty thankful for this long island in the narrow section in Sturgeon that's allowing us to stay out of the wind. The island doesn't have a name, but it has a very specific shape that somebody's been dubbing Dildo Island. Kind of funny because it's right next to Scripture Island. Now we have a long, hard paddle down Dildo Island. she's playing Zelda. She's not getting any rupees. Ugh, this site looks awful. You got some?
Oh yeah. I trolled all the way over. I caught something as soon as we got here. I was like,
oh! That's a decent pike.
on ice.
He's tired now. Maybe. Are you gonna eat it?
No.
It was supposed to be an easy day, but it felt like a hard day. But I think we got a pretty nice site. Although I'm gonna poo-poo it because it's too sandy. Move on. Well, I think we officially broke our record for the nicest site because this one is amazing. Our previous record was probably the double beach site on Florence with the old cool cabin. But yeah, this one kind of blows that away. Didn't think today was gonna be a hard day, but it turned out to be a bit of a hard day, and we deserve this site. We're gonna enjoy it. It's hard not to think of the history when spending time on a place like this. A beach that can be spotted from a mile away. It must have attracted just about every traveler that's passed through here for hundreds of years. I wish we could have spent more time to breathe it all in, but whenever you're lucky enough to find yourself in a place like this, take as much in as you can. Been a bit of a rushed morning. I've been trying to get on the lake before the wind gets too bad, but even when we got out of the tent, the wind was already getting pretty bad. Of course, it's coming right at us. This part of the trip, the theme might be headwinds. Hoping not, but it's seeming that way so far. The direction that we're not going is like dead calm. Oh well, we just have a big push across the big part of Sturgeon, and then we get into some portages, so wind won't hurt us too much in that area. I think the plan for the night is Jean Lake, so I'm gonna say it's gonna be an easy day, but every time I say that, it turns out to be hard. First portage of the day is over the campsite. Save us a little bit of paddling around this peninsula. Baby McGansers.
Running on the water.
First point in time when I can't pull the camera out on big water is when we see all the wildlife up super close. Like, you got really good shots of it. Well, we managed to make it into the bay that Jean Creek's in. Oof, that lake could be rough on a windy day. Honestly, the wind wasn't even that bad. As we were crossing the lake, you could see the trees were barely moving. Thank you, paddling gods, for safe passage across a really big lake. Couldn't ask for much better than that. the mouth of Jean Creek, and the tall grass looks thick. Ugh, I think I see a beaver dam right off the hop.
No, I think
Ah, right in the eye. My eye! No, wait, no. Gotta wait for your mom to get out. Oh, God.
it's so fun. It's a mansion.
Beaver Mansion, coming right up. Hopefully we can paddle through the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one you can just plow right through. Okay, Nona, can't stand on the gunnels. Okay, sit your butt down. Beaver Mansion we're passing. New MTV Cribs, Beaver Mansion. One ambitious beaver. I feel like I see another huge beaver dam coming up. That might be a big leftover. Yeah, I think we're gonna be lifting over this one for sure. Oof.
It didn't work. She woke up.
She almost broke into the water.
I started to clean up. I was like, oh no.
I think we found our first portage on Jean Creek. So far, it hasn't been too bad. Beaver dams were mostly easy except for the one. This one's definitely a portage though. No! Swimming in the swamp. Swamp, swamp.
Portage is pretty open and nice. Didn't expect that in here. Free socks. Someone left behind a pair of socks. Reminds me of Algonquin, where every portage we found a pair of socks.
Black socks.
They never get dirty.
The stronger they get.
Gently creep through the rocks and don't run the waterfalls. There we go. Just like that. Quack, quack. Hi, little duck. Sorry, bud, we gotta go that way. This duck doesn't get it. Scared him like 3 times now. And here comes number 4. There you go.
I saw footprints of someone else coming this way.
Yeah, it's almost more well traveled than I thought through this route.
I'm glad.
On the last portage, I wished for a sandy pudding, and we caught a kind of sandy pudding. Yay!
It's nice to be on some open water again, but that section was pretty beautiful. I paddled Jean Creek again. Kind of a cool tight spot to get us into Burnside. Reminds us of a couple other spots we've done on other lakes. Quite pretty.
Looks like pretty.
Can't believe in all of our research that this lake name never came up as a recommendation to go to. It is absolutely beautiful. All the little islands, looks like there's tons of epic campsites. I'm throwing Burnside in as a recommendation. You'd go swimming here. This is nice. All right, Looks like a nice spot for lunch.
Yep. Good footprint, eh?
Yeah.
The mud. I'm portaging through the mud. You're portaging through the mud. The mud. The mud.
Well, we made it over to Jean Lake. Now all we have to do is find a site tonight. Hopefully we can find something as nice as any of the sites we've seen on Burnside. I kind of wanted to stay there, and I joked that if we didn't like what we saw here, we could just paddle back and portage back over to Burnside and then portage back over tomorrow. People didn't like that idea. It's one of our sketchier crossings of the trip. Sideways wind across a huge bay. Just checking out a site now to see if it's worthwhile. We have a couple options in this area. This one looked like the most interesting from a distance. This has been one of the most interesting sites of the trip to explore. So much shoreline to explore, kind of reminds me of Georgian Bay, and we keep finding signs that people have camped here for a long time. There's an ancient fire pit in the bushes, and then our fire pit has a little built-in oven that looks like it's had wood sitting in the bottom of it staying dry for like 20 years. Moss growing out of it. We found an old pair of glasses and an old file in the bushes. This is a cool site. I wasn't expecting much when we kind of got windbound here, knowing that we couldn't push any farther today, but definitely glad we did. And we might get a nice sunset.
I hope this isn't the photo right here.
Good morning. It was another rush morning this morning, because as soon as we got out of bed the wind was already picking up, so we're like, eat, get on the water, try and beat the worst of the wind for the day. We're really hoping it gives us safe passage across Jean, because once it does that, we're good sailing. It's actually working with us for the rest of the day. Oh, better get on the water before this wind picks up anymore. Like a really nice sight going through the narrow section on Jean, but I don't think it would have been much fun last night with the wind. Even worse than our sight. Well, the paddle on Jean hasn't been bad so far. I've been kind of hoping that the wind just stays at least this low to get us up to the portage. I was a little bit nervous that we were gonna be looking at a wall of white caps when we rolled around the corner through the narrow section, but it wasn't even any worse than it was at our site when we rolled out this morning. Nice little calm spot here. Very tempting to take a break. Castle's shaking her head. There are some pictographs coming up. If it's not too windy, we'll try and stop and check them out. Well, we made it across Jean safely. We're almost at the portage, and after we do a couple little portages, the wind should be working with us, which will be a great reprieve from the headwinds we've faced the last couple days. Or it could just change direction. Quetico seems to like to do that, more so than any other park we've paddled. I don't know what it is, but oh well, we had big sections of the trip where the wind wasn't too bad, so we can't complain at all.
So far, this is a really nice portage. It's nice and open. Just walking the forest floor. We're really loving this. When you have a day with lots of portages, best thing to do is have a positive attitude. A lot of things that are difficult can come down to mind over matter. Doesn't always mean that the results are good, but at least it's better than thinking negatively about it.
Well, we're getting into some more well-traveled portages, so that's our first sign that we're heading back towards civilization. You can tell by the roots on that portage that a lot of feet have walked on them. Cool spot. It wouldn't be a Quetico canoe trip without passing across Quetico Lake now, would it? So we're on Quetico Lake for a little bit. It's not very long, but at least we got to see it for a bit. Apparently we just barely missed a moose. Luke and Marin saw it walking in the bushes. By the time they said anything to us, it was gone. Ugh, still can't believe we haven't seen a moose on this trip. There's our peek at Quetico Lake. Kinda wish we got to paddle it. Quetico Lake, even though we're only getting to see a little bit of it, it's not disappointing. Got lots of nice landscape around it. Maybe not as crazy of elevations as we experienced in the heart of the park, but for one that's fairly easy to get to, it's pretty beautiful. Oh, goodbye, Quetico Lake. Miss you.
Miss you.
Oh no. After doing a series of back-to-back-to-back portages, I think Ryan and I have it pretty down pat. It's easier to walk behind him in the canoe because the paddle clips aren't super doing their job very well.
It's a nice little section to paddle between Quetico Lake and Oriana Lake. Quite pretty. Welcome to Oriana. I'm pretty sure this is my favorite lake name of the entire trip, and we've covered a lot of lakes, so I would consider naming my kid this, or a dog. Oriana. No. So beautiful. Spotted something big and orange over on the shoreline in front of us. Looked like maybe a deer to me, but Castle thinks it could have been a big cat. It's hard to tell because we were still quite a ways away, but you could tell it was pretty big, whatever it was. Well, I was right. It was a deer. Yeah, a small deer. Everybody else managed to get a look at it, and I didn't get to see it, and I didn't get a shot of it. But, apparently it just poked its head out of the bushes for a second. I confirmed that it was a deer. Oh well, I see deer all the time at home. Deer's no big deal. If it was a cat though, that would have been cool. Time for a lunch break.
Rowan clearly smells something interesting. She's running around like a crazy person. What's going on?
We could have taken two options to get us back to Pickerel, and we decided to do the two big portages. The other route looks a little bit swampy, and it's 4 portages versus 2, but this road gives us 2 big ones. Generally, in our experience, the big portage is the way to go. Saves you a lot of in and out of the boat. Usually the better way to go, otherwise it wouldn't exist. A good chance that there's a bunch of beaver dams and we'd be going upstream against them. Beaver dams aren't as bad if you're going downstream, but when you're going upstream, they're a pain. Yep, see a pathway. Sand.
Oh god.
Oh, it is recording. Well, that's good.
Oh my god.
There's footprints right here. That was a wrong turn, but got to experience some quicksand.
You want me to try?
Try them.
We can rhyme for you if you want.
Go more right. Definitely right here is the way.
Would have been easier if they marked this one, but
But once you get over there,
it's all right. Excuse me. We were initially right. In higher water levels, we could have gone up the stream. We just passed the original landing point. Unfortunately, with low water levels, we just added an extra 150 to the portage. Not really a big deal in the grand scheme of things, considering we're still avoiding a bunch of other small portages, a creek with potential beaver dams, and a lot more paddling out of our way.
Well, it would have been the same thing as the other portage.
I wish I had Jesse's Lake. Na-na-na-na-na-na. Jesse's Lake. It's actually just Jesse Lake, but close enough for a song. Ugh. Beaver dam. Or something. Uh-oh. Do you think we can get out to the left there where the stream starts? Alright, now welcome to Jesse's Lake. Air quality's gone down a little bit. It still doesn't smell smoky. Castle thought she could smell smoke last night, but I couldn't smell it. But it's definitely been hazy the last 2 days. Smells like a sauna. Jesse's Lake hasn't been overly interesting. All the little islands are kind of cool, but overall, nothing special. We do like the tailwinds though. Perfectly aligned with the wind direction today, so the wind's just been kind of gently nudging us down the lake. Could be stronger. So hazy when you look down there. Definitely getting the effects of the wildfires.
Wildfire.
Cool. Dead island. Somebody must have started a campfire there. One's a little tricky to spot the way we're coming. We're pretty sure we found it. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Oh, man.
I think it smells like a sauna.
There's been a couple times I definitely smelled some.
Yeah. Seaweed smells stuff. Probably the most well-traveled portage we've seen so far in the park. Most signs of people on the portage, at least in terms of footprints and little bridges being built. Kind of interesting, although we haven't seen anyone.
Well, that portage was quite luxurious, like Prada or Baskin Robbins, or just about anything after 11 days or so out here. Definitely getting more traveled portages. They were not like that in the middle of the trip.
Reverse. Thank you. Give me another reverse. Thank you.
Alright, I think we need to have a moment of silence for a very sad moment on the trip. That hardly counts. Carrying the boat to the truck.
We already know what to expect. It's not exciting.
the 70. I don't believe I would go say that again.
We'd like to set the long.
Well, we could go back and do it again.
Ryan could film you carrying the canoe across.
Yeah.
This is our last portage of the trip, really of the loop. We just have the portage to the parking lot when we're done, but not really counting that. I am worried about finding a site this late in the day, since it seems very well traveled, potentially busy. I just saw people camping on Maria, so hopefully we don't have to paddle too much further.
Look at this log. I want to take it home. It's so pretty.
You have no portage, but that doesn't fit in my car.
What? Put it on the roof.
You can go on the trailer rack.
Yeah. Ah! She's running away. Slow down. I'm not in the boat yet. Lay down. No. Nice headwinds to finish out the day. That's usually how it goes. We're hoping one of the 3 sites in Mosquito Point will be available. Oh. Almost there. Might have found a site for the night. Hopefully. Maybe. Maybe. It's cold. When you get down to the final days of a trip like this, it starts to sink in that it's almost over. And the reality of life starts to creep back into your mind. Good morning. We've been doing a lot of debating on what to do with our last couple days, since we're probably at least a day ahead of schedule at this point, which is so unusual for a big trip. But despite the headwinds, we've pushed hard and got all the way back up to Pickerel. We could probably paddle out today if we wanted to, but I think our plan is to just putter our way down Pickerel, try and get an epic site for the night, and set ourselves up so that we could get out tomorrow a day early if we wanted to, just because we got some big thunderstorms rolling in. At least that's what the Garmin's saying, but we haven't been putting a lot of faith in the Garmin weather forecast because it always seems to be wrong. We set it up that way so that if we had some bad days that we couldn't paddle because of thunderstorms or something like that, that we just pull over and chill. Fortunately, that didn't happen, so seems like it's going to be another easy day for us because the wind still hasn't picked up, and we're definitely getting a late start today because we can. Gonna be a hot one.
Okay, this says 50, but it's been sitting in this.
Definitely not 50.
I'll tell you when it gets
We're not in Arizona.
regular temperature. It's gotta be like 30 something.
Yeah, it feels like 32 or something to me. I've been praying for no breeze, and now today I kind of wish we had a little bit of a breeze. Well, I think we're almost at the end of the Pickerel Narrows. It's been a decent paddle. A little bit of headwind, but lots of cool, decent sights along the way on all the little islands and the narrows. Way more sights than we have marked on the map, but we definitely didn't mark all the sights. I'm kind of excited to see the big water of Pickerel again though. Should be opening up for us pretty soon. We're all getting cooked by the sun today. We need to find a nice site and spend the rest of the day swimming. It is hot. Just coming up on Emerald Island. Hoping to use it as a bit of a windbreak and get us across to the north side of Pickerel.
This makes sense now that we got this big open.
And there's Long Island, I think. Or the islands for Long Island. We got ourselves a little bit confused again by the map. I feel like there's a never-ending thing. There's all these little islands that the map doesn't show, and the lakes are way bigger than we're used to scale-wise on the map, so it's a little bit confusing. But I think we got ourselves sorted out now. We're in the big open section, north part of Pickerel. It's been a paddle. Can't wait for some swimming. That would have been a similar view to what we had on the first day. I think we might have found our home for the night. Looks pretty nice. Okay, no. It is starting to seem like there's never an easy day in Quetico. Today was supposed to be our easiest day of the trip, and it was pretty easy, but we all got bit by the sun. We all ended up having a nap and kind of sleeping it off. I think another couple hours in the sun, and it was started to feel like heat stroke. It's kind of sad. I think we're all calling this the last night. We're just so close to the takeout because we had pretty much zero winds to cross Pickerel all day, so it was hard to pass up the easy ride across a big lake, which I've said it before, but I can't believe how lucky we've got on trips for that. Every time we get out onto a big lake and need to make a big crossing, it's not that bad. It's just Sturgeon that gave us a bit of trouble, but even then it wasn't that bad. It was pretty merciful. I've been thinking this whole trip, I wonder what I'm going to think at the end, whether I'd prefer this over Kawnipi or not. And in some ways I do. It's a little bit more rugged than Kawnipi is. Portages are easier, but they oftentimes seem less traveled, which kind of adds to the feeling when you're wading your way through the overgrowth. I hope to come back here and do another trip, but it's a long drive. If we do, we're definitely doing the whole other side of the park because we feel like we gave this side of the park a really good go. It's been a hell of a trip. Certainly doesn't look friendly this morning. This might be a fun paddle out. Looks like a wall of water coming across the lake. Ugh. Plus we got lightning, so definitely going to be hugging the shoreline and hoping this kind of scoots by us real quick. So we got probably 5 kilometers or so paddling in this to get to the car this morning. That was a good one. The rain is coming. Oh God, here it comes. Yep. Oh, it's gonna be a hard rain. Paddling in the rain. Crazy way to end the trip. Holy rain. Got you rolling.
You know where we are though, right?
Still looking at Long Island, so we won't get to Stanton Bay until we're past Long Island, looking at the big open water. We are like surrounded by thunderstorms. Oh God, just get us into Stanton Bay at least. I'll feel a lot safer following the shoreline real close. At least there's something much taller than us, like 30 feet away. We've just been trying our best to hug the shoreline, stay like 20 feet out after we don't hit rocks, but close enough that we're not the highest thing around. Because there's lots of lightning. And it looks like we have another big blast chasing us down right now. We're almost to the point where it's going to lead us into Stanton Bay, so I feel like I'll feel a bit safer when we're cruising down that. It's one of the angriest clouds I've seen in a long time coming up on us. Holy crap. We might have to pull over. But we might have to pull over. Pull over. Sure. Going on. Craziest storms I've ever paddled in, that's for sure. Ending the Quetico trip with a bang, literally. Ours has got like a couple inches in it. Good time. bit of water in the boat. Just a bit. Well, I think the storm has passed, so carry on. Lie down now. Lie down on me. Rest you in my boat. Well, we made it off big water to the warm, safe bosom of Stanton Bay. Feels pretty safe now. That was fun. I can't believe this trip is over. It feels like I'm waking up from the best dream ever. Quetico is one beautiful place. I will definitely be back here for another big trip to explore the other side of the park. If you live close to this park, you're one lucky person, because it's a long drive for us, but it was totally worth it. I'm so sad to be leaving this place behind. It doesn't feel real. It's trips like this that live in my memory forever. The struggle, the good times too. It's kind of like a mini story that you're living.